Hi, I'm Midge Shoemaker, and today is day 39 of my doing 100 days of YouTube videos and focusing on today. So, yay, I made it to day 39. Um, and I'm going to apologize in advance because I think I overdid it the last couple of days, and my cough feels like it's like way worse today. So, um, I apologize in advance for all the coughing I will probably do, and I will try to make this video short. But I feel like I have a lot to share, so I'm going to try to share it quickly. I just wrote in my journal about everything, and now I get to share it in my video if I can not cough the entire time. So I only slept for about 4 or 5 hours, and I tried to go back to sleep, and it did not work. So sleep has eluded me today, which is annoying. Nothing new. But today I just decided I wasn't going to do anything. I wasn't going to make a to-do list. I just wasn't going to do anything. I didn't want to do anything. My bad attitude from yesterday apparently rolled in today, especially adding to the fact that I wasn't able to sleep as much or as long as I would have liked to. And it's probably because I needed to have rested more yesterday, and I did too much. I'm grateful for all the stuff I did yesterday. Don't get me wrong. I think it was too much. So today, oddly, I kind of feel like I have a little more physical energy, not just physically exhausted, except that every time I get up and try to do anything, I start coughing incessantly, and I have to sit back down again, and I have to try to relax. And even just sitting, um, I'm still been coughing. Um, so it was very frustrating to me today. And in spite of how I felt, I still feel like I made positive choices. I made better responses today, like I did yesterday, which made me very happy. I chose to watch State Conference Church on Zoom this morning, the whole 2 hours, which I was debating last night. I was even debating this morning, and then I still set it up. Figured out that where my laptop is plugged in, it'll actually reach to my couch, so it doesn't have to be on my bed. And I'm like, woohoo! And I pulled out a stack of movies that I wanted to watch that I could watch on my on my laptop. And I still just ended up watching stuff on Netflix all day. But I did at some point take a break, and I chose to read my scriptures and meditationals and do some writing. And as I was doing my writing and praying to see, I used to pray to just see exactly, to see myself the way that God sees me. And I haven't phrased it quite that way. It's more or less when I do it, I just start saying a prayer and I say, okay, Holy Father, what is it you want me to know today? What do I need to know today? And I don't remember exactly. I'm not even sure I can read my handwriting. But um, I think it had something to do with taking care of myself and just relaxing and just trusting that things would work out for the best, and that God is there for me and He is aware of me, and that He will help me to do what I need to do. But um, and yesterday's was moderation in all things, so it's kind of, I think that kind of rolled in today to a little bit, because if I remember correctly, I wrote that I can do all things with God's help, but He's only going to help me do the things that are in accordance with His plan and His will for me. And He doesn't want me to do anything that would be detrimental to myself or to my physical health and well being. So it's not going to help me push myself into the grave, basically. It's not going to help me overdo. He's going to help me have enough energy to do what needs to be done, not necessarily what I want to get done in a day. So, which, I mean, I'm grateful to know that, and I'm grateful to know that God wants me to take care of myself, just like my grandpa wanted me to take care of myself. He didn't wake me up early to go out to Lehigh to help with the horses because sleep was more important, and I needed sleep to grow big and strong. And of course, he made it up to me. He took me to Lehigh that night to take care of the horses. So, but Heavenly Father, I think, is the same way, where He says no to one thing, but then He makes it up in some other way. Um, and so, again, I was feeling kind of despondent and frustrated because I'm like, not the answer I want. I want to be able to go back to work tomorrow, and I know I'm not going to be able to, and there's bills that I have to be paid, and I was just stressing about all the things I have no control over. And Heavenly Father was just telling me to relax and let it go, and everything was going to work out, and He's going to take care of it. And I'm like, okay, I'm just going to trust that's going to work. And I didn't like the answer, but I don't have a better answer. I didn't have a different answer. So I still kind of had a grumpy mood, but I chose to try to do the best that I could. And as I picked shows or movies to watch today, I was reminded that today is the Sabbath, so I tried to make sure that I watched things that would be Sunday appropriate, that um, didn't have any like sexual innuendos, foul language, just mean stuff in them. Just, tried. I'm not sure how good I did with that, but there were several movies I picked out I wanted to watch. I didn't watch any of them because I didn't feel like they were Sunday appropriate. So they're all, but I took them all out of my shelf, so I have to put them back alphabetically. But I intend to watch them first, so it may take me a while to watch them all, because I don't have to watch them all in one day. That's way too many, and then I could just one at a time instead of binge watching whatever's on Netflix. And then I was really feeling very blessed today for my adopted parents called me. My dad shoemaker called me tonight, and I was just like, I just started another movie, and I'm gonna write in my journal, and I'm gonna go to bed. And I kept coughing into the phone on him. I felt really bad about that, but he called to see how I was doing and asked what I needed and asked how my bills were getting paid. And he and Mom Shoemaker went through and kind of grocery shopped in their house basically for me, brought me some leftovers, brought me some other food that I can heat up, brought me some almond milk so I could put some almond milk on my cold cereal. Yay! And I can use almond milk to make pancakes or waffles or muffins or whatever other things if I have the energy to do it. Gotta do dishes first, but excuse me. Sorry. I apologize. I warned you. A lot of coughing. But anyway, they came tonight, and they also brought me a pillow because Dad Shoemaker was like, "Do you have a good pillow?" I'm like, "I have a good pillow for sleeping." He's like, "For sitting up?" But I was like, "Not really. I had some, but I think I've sat on them too much, and they're all smushed and whatever." So he brought me a pillow, along with everything else. And then Mom Shoemaker brought some oils and stuff, and one of them was the silver stuff that I'd thought about asking her for like a couple weeks ago, I think, at least a week ago, and I didn't, and I should have. So I was very grateful for that because in the past, when she's given that to me, it's only been like one squirt in the face and in my throat or whatever when I've had some virus or something. I've gotten better much faster than anything else, which has just been amazing to me. So I'm hoping I use some of that tonight. I'm really hoping that that will help. And I have it that I can use again tomorrow and the next day and however many days in a row. So I don't want to use it too many days in a row, but I want to keep using it as long as I'm sick if it'll help. And then, of course, they're offering me all the other stuff that I already have, the On Guard drops and more On Guard and Breathe and all this other stuff. And I'm like, Breathe doesn't really do anything for me. I've had the Breathe drops, cough drop things. I've had the Breathe where you just rub it on, and it doesn't seem to make a difference for me. The On Guard does, and I did put the On Guard in my diffuser again today. I just felt like that would be a good thing, and I thought it would help, and I just kept coughing. So, but I felt very blessed for all of that. And then there was an envelope of money that will cover some bills. Obviously, not all of them, but I wasn't expecting that. I didn't ask for that. But Dad asked me, like, what bills I was behind on or how my bills were getting paid, and I told them, and so, and I told them the only bill I hadn't paid was my car payment, and it's because I called them, and as soon as I go back to work, I can set up a payment arrangement and to pay the past due, the month that I missed in February. And if it's not, they're not going to do anything. There's not going to be any penalties or letters or whatever until it's 30 days past due, and it's not 30 days past due yet. So I'm still hoping to be able to go to work, and as I start making money again, I can call them back and make payment arrangements. So that was my plan with my car payment. So I wasn't too horribly worried about it. But then Dad said he'd give me that money, and I was like, okay, awesome. And then it was more than that, which I wasn't expecting. So, and I didn't ask him for the money for the car payment either. He just asked how much it was and said he'd give me the money, and I was like, cool, but I'm okay. So I just feel very blessed because I got way more than I needed for the moment for today. And I've got a bunch of food. The only downside is I don't have a microwave to heat it all up, so I'm gonna have to wash out some more pans. So it just means I need to do more dishes, which is not a bad thing. Hoping I can have some energy and not die coughing trying to do dishes. Maybe tomorrow, maybe not. I don't know because I feel like I overdid, but I think it's still been good for me to read my scriptures and meditationals. What is this, 2 days in a row doing that? It makes me feel very good, and writing in my journal. So it really boosted my spirits when Dad Shoemaker called me and offered to bring me food, to bring me things. And I'd already eaten for the night. I was stuffed. I wasn't feeling like I wanted any food. I'm like, I just want to go to sleep. I still need to write in my journal and do my video. And I wasn't expecting that, but somehow getting that blessing, having that relief of those bills, at least my car payment getting paid for and things like that, it just alleviated a lot of stress for me. Makes me feel very, very blessed right now. And I just, I just keep thinking how blessed I am and how grateful I am. And there's just not any other words for that. And just a nice reminder of how much God is in my life and aware of me and what I'm going through and aware of my struggles. And He's blessing me for my efforts. And even though they seem very small, it seems very small, I still made the choice, in spite of how I feel today, to do the church online today. I still chose, in spite of how I was feeling, to read my scriptures and meditationals. I still chose to say my prayers. I still asked God for His help and His guidance today. I chose to try to trust. I chose to actually post something on Facebook and ask for help because it kept playing in my mind multiple times. I'm trying to watch church, trying to read scriptures, trying to watch whatever, and I'm like, hey, fine, I give up. So I posted on Facebook and asking, not, I didn't try to focus on the fact that I'm sick. I was just stated that I've been sick, that this is dragging out, and I probably need to find some other form of employment, something simple that I can do from home, at least temporarily, until I can go back to work. So, and of course, Dad Shoemaker was offering to pay me to come do stuff around their houses as soon as I feel better. Which, I mean, was random stuff like ironing and painting. I'm not going to do painting because paint fumes get to me. So I just can't do the painting thing. But they've got a bunch of stuff that they want to get rid of or sell. So they're like, oh, you could just take pictures and then post it. So I'm like, cool, I can just go online to one of those sites like Amazon or Facebook or whatever and sell all their stuff, or Craigslist or whatever, post all their stuff, say what it is and whatever, and then get the money and give it to them. And then I said I could have a percentage of whatever I make off of their stuff. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I don't know when I'm going to be well enough to do that. And of course, Dad Shoemaker thanked me for not coming to family dinner while I've been sick and coughing, because they don't want to get sick. And I really don't want to get anybody else sick, which is another reason why I'm choosing not to go back to work right now, because I don't think it's a good idea for me to get in my car and drive around, go around people, try to wear a mask, try to, be coughing all the time and being like, oh, I'm okay. It's just, residue from some stupid virus, but I don't think I'm contagious anymore. I have no idea, but I don't think I am because, I don't know. Anyway, nobody wants to hear that, myself included. So, anyway, I felt so blessed for all of the food that they brought. I know it's probably only going to last me a couple of days, just gonna, because it's just easy made stuff, and I'm still gonna have to make food on my own. I'm still gonna have to clean up my kitchen and all of those things, which hopefully I'll get the energy to do at some point. But I also had someone from my writing group that messaged me because she saw my post on Facebook, and her daughter works at some company that trains you and provides all of the stuff, the equipment that you need to work at home. So that's something I'm interested in. I'm like, cool. I may just switch jobs entirely. But then it occurred to me when she said forward my resume to her that I was like, I don't remember the last time I updated my resume. Might have been like, oh my gosh, I don't remember. That's so sad. Like, seriously sad. Was it like 2013, 2014? I don't know. So it's been, like 9 years. Not 9 years, 8 years. 8 years since I updated my resume. So I don't know what my resume looks like. So I need to go back in and look at my resume and maybe update it just a teeny little bit before I forward it off, because I don't really know what a resume is supposed to look like right now. I didn't think that all the way through when I was asking people for possible job opportunities that I need to update my resume. So I'm grateful that she sent me the text to suggest that, and I was like, okay. And I may message her tomorrow and just be like, hey, I'm interested, but I haven't looked at my resume in like several years, so I need to take some time to update it before I send it to you. So I hope that's still okay. And even if I send it off, I don't know how long it's going to take to get the job or to start making money from it. So hopefully I can still get well enough to do the job that I've been doing that I can do until I get something else and I can work from home. And I think that would be nice. I still think it would be nice to just work from home. It would save me all the gas money. It would help me to be able to catch up on bills. I would have a regular income. I may or may not have the flexibility that I have with the job that I have right now. Um, but I would definitely have steady income, which would be nice. So, and it would get me on in a routine, a schedule, which I think would be beneficial. So, it may or may not pan out. It may or may not work. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what God's plan for me is. I don't know what direction I'm going in or how things are going to work out. I just am trusting that God knows what's best for me and that things will randomly work out, because this morning when I was doing things, I wasn't feeling like there was a way out, and I was just trying to relax and let go, and I know that I can't push myself beyond what I'm able. Man should not run faster than he is able. But God took care of it anyway. And it just made me all the more grateful for my adopted parents, for Mom and Dad Shoemaker. They're just wonderful people. And I just feel truly blessed to have been taken into their family, invited into their family. Um, I, and just a reminder of how much I have been loved and cared for, and that I am not forgotten in all of this. And just grateful that I could have a different response, because I feel like I'm being blessed, even though it's only been a couple of days. I feel like I'm being blessed for trying to read my scriptures and meditationals, for journaling, for making an effort to do stuff every so often, even if it's only every hour and a half to 2 hours. And every time I got up today, I was like, okay, I'm supposed to do something. And sometimes I would just wander aimlessly around my house and start coughing. And I'm like, and I'm just going to go lay back down again, because I just didn't have energy to do something. And I didn't have to beat myself up over that. I didn't have to feel guilty or bad. I was just like, I wore myself out. So I didn't make a to-do list today when I read my scriptures and meditationals. I chose not to, because I was just going to let today unfold however today was meant to unfold. And I feel like it did. And I feel very blessed for the outcome. And I didn't have to try to force a solution. I didn't have to make a list of things that I wasn't going to do. And I did things when I was ready to do them. including this video, including journaling, including scriptures and meditationals. I mean, I woke up at like 7:30 this morning and I went to bed at like 2 in the morning, and I was like, that's just messed up. Um, that's not when I fell asleep, by the way. I'm sure I was still awake at like 2:30 or 3 in the morning, which is why I'm saying I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Might have been before 7 when I woke up too. It was annoying. And I tried to go back to sleep and it didn't work. And so then I gave up, and then I played games on my phone, and then I got something to eat. And then I decided, okay, 10 o'clock, time for church. Am I going to do this? Am I not going to do it? And I did it. I did it even though I kind of mentally decided last night and this morning I wasn't going to do it. And I was just not in the mood for it. And I still chose to do it. And then I don't know what time it was this afternoon when I finally got around to reading my scriptures and meditationals. And at that point, I was like, there's no point in making a to-do list because my day is mostly gone. But I did get dressed. I did put on my Sunday clothes. I did put some earrings in. I ran a comb through my hair. That's about it. And I actually just ran a comb through my hair right before I did the video, so it wasn't like flying all over the place and looking horrible. But I did not really do my hair today. So I was having a bad mood, but trying to be grateful for the things that I was doing and trusting that God had a plan and it would all work out. And it did. And He showed me how much He's aware of me. And His timing is just, it's perfect. It's exactly what I need, exactly when I needed it. And all I had to do was follow something prompting and post something on Facebook. And I had to be listening and aware of what was going on, just listening to my Heavenly Father and saying, okay, what am I supposed to do? And choosing to follow that little prompting, those little things. And it wasn't much. I don't have the energy to do much. I didn't do much at all. But I feel like those little things were like huge because I've been so sick and haven't done anything for so long. So to do anything is fantastic. And of course, my muscles today are just stiff and sore. And I think it's because I keep sitting on my exercise ball because it's at my desk and it's the most convenient place to do my videos. It's better than laying on my couch and or on my bed or whatever else. That is my throat telling me I'm done. But so yes, I have some sore muscles, but I think maybe doing this might help to build some energy too. I hope. So I'm making an effort, and I feel like God is blessing me for my efforts. I'm not that they're perfect, and not that it's a lot, but it just amazes me that it doesn't take much to see the blessings. It doesn't take much to make that change. And not that I want to say it doesn't matter how I feel, because my feelings matter, but my feelings don't have to run my life. I don't have to do nothing because I'm feeling depressed or discouraged or frustrated or whatever it is that I'm feeling. They don't have to run my life. I still have choices. I still get to choose to do things. And I made those positive choices yesterday in spite of how I was feeling. And I made those choices again today. And I feel like I got blessed for that. And I'm like, it was less than like 24 hours, maybe a little more than 24 hours that I was kind of in some funk and just having a feeling like a weight was lifted, and I just feel better just because my adopted parents, the Shoemakers, called me and said, hey, how are you doing? How can we help? What can we bring you? And I just feel very blessed and very loved. And I just appreciate all of that. And it's nice to forget for just a minute that I'm not sick, or be reminded that just be reminded how aware God is of the little things in my life, and that if it's important to me, that it's important to Him. And and I know if it's something important to you, then it will be important to God too. But I know sometimes it's a matter of timing and have to wait for His timing, and I can't just have it now, and I can't force the solution, can't make it happen. I can't do or run faster than I'm able. I mean, God can give me added strength when I need it. But He's not going to give me added strength to do things I don't need to do, especially if it's not healthy for me. And so I know sometimes the answer is no or not right now. Um, but which was part of my frustration. And even though I still know I'm not going to go to work tomorrow, I may go to the bank and deposit money tomorrow. So, again, I just feel very blessed and just grateful for the reminders in my life to just keep going, to not give up, and that God is there helping and guiding me, and that things are going to work out, even if I have no idea how. Because honestly, when I get up this morning, I was not expecting what I got this evening. So, every day is different, every day is full of surprises, and sometimes things happen that we're not expecting. And sometimes they're good things, and sometimes they're bad things, and sometimes they're just things that don't really matter one way or the other. It just depends on how much importance we put on it or put into it, or whether or not we choose to let it ruin our day or affect our day. And I may not always be able to control my attitude, but I can still make choices to do positive things in spite of how I feel. And I can choose to be aware of my feelings, to listen to my feelings, and to share them with God, to write about them in my journal. Um, and it helps a little bit at a time. So, anyway, just very grateful for today, for tonight, for all the things that I felt and learned and did today, in spite of how I felt, really. And just grateful that I can do that, that I could put myself out there and ask for help, and amazed at what I got in response. Um, so that's all I have for. Excuse me. That is all I have for today, which is probably good because I'm not going to be able to talk much longer. So I hope that this is helpful, and just a nice reminder that there's a way up, there's a way out, there is hope, and that God is aware of you and all of the little things that you're doing, and He will always bless you for your efforts, no matter how minute they seem to you. And I'm very grateful for that. And I hope you all have a great day, full of gratitude, and maybe do some writing. And if you like these videos, you can hit like, subscribe, or share with someone else if you think they'll like them too. And that's all I have for you. Thank you.